Hi everyone, my name is Ricardo De Cruz and I represent Joeman Auto Service and Complete Auto Reports. So today we have a 2020 Toyota Prius Prime. We have knowledge of this vehicle from prior accidents. Believe it or not, you can see the most recent accident probably in the photo up in the corner here, but I'll tell you about it. So we have front end damage where the bumper was replaced, the radar sensor was replaced, the left side headlight was replaced, and the windshield was replaced. So everything was replaced by the body shop. The vehicle then gets brought back to us. The body shop gives us a list of items that they replaced. And from that list, we make our own list of services that are needed post-collision repair. So here we have everything from initialization procedures to calibrations. Now, the research part of this is probably the most important aspect of what really goes on. So this takes a while to get used to because there is an insane amount of research that needs to be done. So on the Toyota, what we would do is we would log into Toyota Technical Info and we would save all of our PDFs regarding the searches that we made. So here is where you can see every single PDF that I have saved that relates to the services that need to be performed on this car. This is done as proof of what needs to be done. And then the photos that we take throughout the service is proof of what we did. So in addition, this is how we typically store information for vehicles that we work on, especially with ADAS. So we have folders like this for this vehicle from an accident last year and the year before. And it is not the same data. You can tell by the date that the PDFs and the files are all done at different times. So here I have the millimeter wave radar calibration instructions, and I have the forward camera calibration instructions. So what I wanted to show everybody today is there is a much better way to line up vehicles, in my opinion. So what we've learned is that using lasers, you can save a significant amount of time and effort, and that'll help you really accomplish your goals with ADAS better and faster, which will enable you to make more money with your setup. So I'm gonna show you my tools, I'm gonna show you the car, and then I'm gonna put the car in position and start the calibration. These are the chosen tools. If you have any questions regarding these, we can go over them afterwards. And obviously we are using a Texa hardware setup. And then I'm using the Stanleys to run a straight line all the way down. So now I know with a high degree of certainty that when I find that laser line here, I'm going to be good with the car. So I'm going to do the same thing for the driver's side. I'm going to move the camera so you guys maybe get to see a little bit better. center line is hitting my plumb bob and reflecting off of it. And here, you can see the Stanley on the left side line. And from the rear, well, you can't see there, but you could tell from that I'm lined up. Toyota documentation tells me that they want the millimeter wave radar, 3,000 millimeters from that front plumb bob, and the camera adjustments are a little bit wilder. That was the screen I had it before. I'll show it again afterwards, but basically I have to make 4 different points, and from there, my line is drawn. So the first one is 452 millimeters. The second one is 2,122 millimeters. And then from there, I have to draw 2 arches to get the actual line that the target will be placed on. So I'm gonna place the microphone down, and you will see me making these measurements out now. So using the 1,000 millimeter rulers, I create these arches. From these arches, I make markings on the tape where the 1,000 millimeters would intersect. I do this on both sides. Now these rulers just happen to be the perfect measurement that allow me to do this. It is the easiest way that I have found to make Toyota's triangles, if you will, to get accurate placement. Now, what I do to line it up with the car is I use this Bosch 90, and I line the Bosch 90 up with my original Stanley. So you will see the laser beam that goes back is hitting the Stanley dead center. I then use that 90 and create my line across. So I'm going to leave this here for 1 second so I can show you exactly where that line ends. So that is just over the placement of where I need it to be. But we are talking, I mean, from this distance, you almost can't even see it. You really have to go up close to see that we are off ever so slightly. But I'm confident with this line. This falls most definitely within the margin of error that manufacturers give us. So now the only thing I have left to do here is create my right angle line for the cruise control. And then I can do my calibrations. So I'm going to put this down again and just finish up. Using the same logic, I just moved my 90 here. Now I can only set it to the Stanley in the back. So I make sure I do that well. And then I make sure that I'm lined up with my 3000. Now the last marker I made helps me line up my frame. So I'm ready to calibrate now. To let us know exactly where to find these functions. So we're going to go to Body Electrical, Pre-Collision 2, and Utility. So now while that loads, I'm going to set up the target and we're going to do the check. This target was measured previously. So I did not do it now. Otherwise, I would have done it. So now here is what I want to show you as well and why I went through the trouble of doing what I did. So when I line this up, I am dead center and I have a good 90 coming off the vehicle. Hope you guys can see that there. This is literally everything. Once we learned how to do this with lasers, we've rarely had to do them twice, although today it'll probably make a liar out of me. Hopefully not, but just wanted to show you why we do things in that manner. So now we're going to do the misalignment reading first. And now we're going to do the offset reading. And now we're going to perform the adjustment. So our first adjustment is complete. We're going to recheck the misalignment reading. The offset reading. We're going to clear history, and then we're going to move on to the forward camera calibration. So now, according to Toyota, there is what they want you to do. And now we're going to go to chassis, front recognition camera, and utility. So now I'm going to set this back on the car. Okay, so I think I'm done. I'm going to show you guys why. So my center line right there tells me that I am centered in my frame. The left side line is just over 4. Right side line, just over 4. And you will see, based on the top level laser, that this target is perfectly in line with the lines that I made for this vehicle. And like I said, it has all the levels. You can see that this target and frame. Now I'm going to. So according to Toyota, I go to recognition, camera, target, position, memory. So the one thing I did not show, and this is because I did this, but I will do it now just so everybody sees. I already set the height on this frame. It is 1,350 millimeters. The center of each. And that is exactly where I am. Hard for me to show you with the camera in here, but now it's telling me to proceed. It wants the information from here. They want it in inches, even though the documentation says millimeters. And the inches are on the side. 0, -2.2. 1350, 3000, 11811. 21.65. Oh, made a mistake somewhere. Oh, it's 53.15. Distance is 118.11. Now 21.65 and 7.09. And then 69.33 and 28.94. And the last two, 0 and 63.98. Okay. And then after that, we go to axis adjust. So now it reads all the information we just input. And we are going for sequential recognition. And it wants you to put the center target out. So with Texa, this is all magnetized, so we can just remove that and start. Cover the center. You guys see what I did? Yep. Now it's going to tell me to do the right side one. and we're done. So we've been streaming for about an hour and 6 minutes, and in the middle of dealing with some technical difficulties and trying to make things work, I am essentially done. So I'd like to close out by thanking everybody for their time. We are still about 6 minutes less than an hour from when we started, and it's going to take me 6 minutes to clean this up. But as you guys can see, we have a very interesting process in how we line vehicles up here, and that process translates into serious speed. So I want to thank everybody again for watching. I'm going to get to test drive this now after the scan completes, and I'm going to do another video when I do the headlight and fog light adjustment. I've done it on other Priuses, but we'll tackle it on this one and we'll do it together. So any questions that you guys have, leave them below in the comments. Have a great day.